If your plants keep dying, you're probably making one of these mistakes. And the worst part is, you don't even realize it. In this video, I'll break down 7 beginner gardening mistakes that silently kill your plants, and how to fix each one so your garden actually survives. And mistake number 3, that's the one that kills more plants than anything else. A lot of beginners walk into a garden shop or scroll online and choose the prettiest plant. Big flowers, bright colors, something that looks amazing. And honestly, that feels like the right choice. But the problem is, beautiful doesn't always mean beginner-friendly. Some of the nicest looking plants are actually the hardest to keep alive. Certain plants need very specific conditions. The exact amount of sunlight, water, temperature, humidity, and if one thing feels off, they start struggling immediately. So what feels like, "I'm bad at gardening," is often just, you picked a plant that demands expert-level care. When you're new, the goal isn't to grow the fanciest plant. The goal is confidence. You want something that grows fast, forgives mistakes, shows progress quickly, because early success keeps you motivated. And motivation matters more than people realize. That's why plants like these are perfect to start with. Lettuce grows quickly. Basil is forgiving. Spinach is beginner-friendly. Peppers are surprisingly resilient. These plants help you learn without punishing every small mistake. And here's something underrated. When you see your first real growth, tiny leaves getting bigger, new stems appearing, that excitement makes you want to keep going. Gardening stops feeling confusing and starts feeling rewarding. But even the easiest beginner plants can struggle if you put them in the wrong place. Which brings us to mistake number 2, ignoring sunlight. A plant can't grow without the right light. Too little, it becomes weak. Too much, it burns. Now here's the problem. Most beginners hear, plants need sunlight, and they assume more is always better. So they put their plants in the brightest spot possible, and slowly damage them without realizing it. Because not all sunlight is the same, and not all plants want the same amount. Think of sunlight like food. Some plants are light eaters, others are heavy eaters. For example, leafy plants like lettuce and spinach prefer softer, indirect light. Fruiting plants like tomatoes and peppers need strong, direct sunlight. If you mix this up, your plants struggle. Your plants will actually tell you when something is off. You just have to notice. If your plant is stretching out or leaning, it needs more light. Pale or slow-growing, not enough sunlight. Burnt, dry, or crispy, too much direct sun. These are warning signs. And here's something most people never check. Instead of guessing, use this simple rule. Low light plants, 3 to 4 hours. Medium light, 4 to 6 hours. Full sun plants, 6 to 8 hours daily. That's it. No confusion. If you're growing indoors, don't just place your plant anywhere. Windows matter. South-facing windows, strongest light. East-facing, gentle morning light. West-facing, harsh afternoon light. Positioning alone can completely change your results. So before you blame your soil or your watering, check your light first. Because even a healthy plant in the wrong light will never grow properly. This is the silent killer. Most people think plants die because they're thirsty. But in reality, they're drowning. When you water too often, roots don't get oxygen. The soil stays wet, and the plant slowly rots from below. So instead of watering on a schedule, stick your finger into the soil. If it's dry, water. If it's still moist, leave it. Fix this one mistake, and you'll already see a huge difference. Even if you water correctly, Bad soil will still ruin everything. Heavy, compact soil traps water and suffocates the roots. Good soil should drain well, feel light, and crumble easily in your hand. But even perfect soil won't save your plant if you do this next one. A lot of beginners use any container they find. But here's the problem. If there are no drainage holes, water gets trapped at the bottom, and your plant slowly dies. Always use containers with drainage holes. No exceptions. Now let's talk about something most people completely ignore. This one surprises a lot of beginners, because it feels like the more attention you give your plants, the better they should grow, right? But gardening doesn't work like that. A lot of new gardeners get excited, so they keep checking the plant every few hours. They water it, just in case. Move it to a new spot. Turn the pot around. Add fertilizer too soon. And all of that feels helpful. But to the plant, it's stress. And the biggest hidden problem usually starts with moving the plant around too much. Plants adjust themselves to their environment. They get used to how much light they receive, where the sun hits, the temperature, even airflow. So when you keep moving them from window to table, inside to outside, sun to shade, they have to keep adapting. Instead of focusing energy on growing, they're busy trying to survive the changes. Then there's panic watering. A beginner sees one droopy leaf and immediately adds more water. But droopy leaves don't always mean thirst. Sometimes the soil is already wet, roots are stressed, or the plant is adjusting naturally. Adding extra water can actually make the problem worse. Another common mistake: trying to force faster growth too early. People add fertilizer again and again because they want quick results. But too much fertilizer can overwhelm young plants. It's like overfeeding. What plants really love is consistency, not constant attention. Give them stable light, proper watering, good soil, time to adjust. Then let them do their thing. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your plant is leave it alone. Care for it wisely, not constantly. A lot of people try gardening once, their plants die, and they quit. But here's the truth. Every gardener kills plants in the beginning. The difference is, some people learn from it, others stop. So if your plants keep dying, it's usually not random. It's one of these mistakes: wrong plants, bad sunlight, overwatering, poor soil, wrong container, doing too much, or giving up too early. Fix these, and everything changes. But even if you avoid all these mistakes, there's still one thing most beginners don't know. You can actually make your plants grow twice as fast, using a few simple tricks. So if you want healthier plants and faster growth, make sure you subscribe, because in the next video, I'll show you exactly how to do it.